This is not a video I thought I would need to make. This is also a video I hoped I wouldn't have to make, but a lot of you have made it clear that you don't understand. There has been a lot of toxicity going around in the Pathfinder community and beyond, and that's what I'm here to talk about today. You yourself might not even realize you're committing to this toxic behavior, and so I'm here to hopefully bring light to it. I want to emphasize, none of this is me saying I am holier than thou, none of this is me saying you're even necessarily wrong in your belief, but I am here to tell you that the way you're going about it is incredibly disrespectful and wrong. So if you take offense to this or feel like I'm insulting you in some way, I'm not. That is 100% not my intent, and I'm sorry if you take it that way. Stop telling people to play Pathfinder instead. You are not doing the system any favors, you are not doing the community any favors, and you're not doing the target any favors. I've talked to multiple D&D content creators and seen their tweets commenting on how sick they are of hearing people say, "Oh, you wish for a better action economy in 5e? Why not just play Pathfinder?" Do you realize how pompous that sounds and how much that makes them not want to play Pathfinder? And don't worry, I understand where you are coming from. You think, hey, I'm gonna type one comment and tell this person, hey, you should play Pathfinder. And in a vacuum, it's innocuous enough. The problem comes when 1,000 people all comment the exact same thing on the same video. Hey, you should play Pathfinder instead. Don't you know this is in Pathfinder? You wouldn't have this problem if you were playing Pathfinder. Wow, you're playing a bad system. Play Pathfinder. Stop it. They're really getting sick of it. And honestly, I am too. I see it all over Reddit, Twitter, YouTube, commenting on random people's posts, just venting a complaint they had about their last session, and someone slides in with, have you considered changing systems and learning it completely new and abandoning the system you love 99.9% of to fix this one problem? Have you heard of Pathfinder? Theatrics aside, it's not just content creators who are getting sick of this. It's people. I have heard stories of people who are like, man, my friends won't play Pathfinder with me. And I'm like, well, what have you done? And they're like, I've just brought it up every time we get together, or we're playing in a session, and if Pathfinder would do something better, I tend to mention that. I'm like, that's part of the problem. You will not convince someone of something by hammering it in over and over again. If someone has said no, and you continue talking, they're not gonna change their answer. In fact, it's going to get annoying when they say, no, I like playing D&D 5e or Fate Core, and you say, but wait, but what about this? But what about that? You're not helping your case. If a person is interested in trying out a system like Pathfinder 2e, they will either do it on their own, or they might agree after your first question. If you ask, how about we try Pathfinder 2e next campaign? And they go, no, I'm not really interested. Drop it. Don't keep trying to say, well, it has a cool action economy. Well, it's got cool class options. Well, no, stop with the well. You're just being annoying. And I'm usually an incredibly positive force here on this channel. I don't like making negative videos like this. Even my video last week about the drama was very unbiased. But there's no reason not to be biased here, because what you are doing is intrinsically harmful not only to the target, not only to the system, but to the reputation of the Pathfinder 2e community. So many people I've talked to for the first time, and they'll say, oh, you play Pathfinder 2e? You mean the one with the toxic fan base? And I don't want the game to be known for this, because the game is fantastic. It's such a well-designed system, but because the people who are playing it are constantly talking about how great it is, it doesn't seem that great. Now, let me take a step back. This is not the majority of you. This is a small percentage of Pathfinder players who feel the need to yell and validate their decisions. And I know the first argument they always bring up is, well, D&D people have been making fun of us for playing Pathfinder for years. Who cares? Let them be the smaller person and you be the bigger one. If someone bullies you, you don't bully them back. That's not how a fight is resolved. That's how you get a fight. So I don't care what people have said in the past. I don't care if people have not converted to Pathfinder and that makes you angry. It shouldn't. Let them play the game they want, because guess what? They're letting you play the game you want. Somewhat off topic, I'm very sick of seeing people make generalizations about a person based on what game they enjoy. And this isn't just the Pathfinder community. I'm sick of people saying, oh, you're a Pathfinder player? Guess you like math and not roleplay. Oh, you play D&D? Guess you're an idiot who can't handle it. Oh, you play Call of Cthulhu? Okay, yeah, no, everybody likes you. That's a really great game. I literally get comments saying, oh wow, this drama happened? Well, of course it did, because it's based around 5th edition. Like, what does that mean? You are making generalizations about entire swaths of people just based on the role-playing game rule set they like to play, which literally ends up telling almost the same story as yours. Well, not the same story exactly, but there's a lot of crossover between Pathfinder and D&D campaigns. I just don't want this amazing game with an amazing supportive community to be known as the one that lashes out against other communities because they're not part of yours. I have seen such amazing, such uplifting people on Twitter, on YouTube, on Reddit, like just complimenting each other, helping people learn the system. So let's focus on that, can we? Focus on helping the people who want to play the game. Because guess what? If they have a great experience entering the community, they'll tell more people. And it's going to mean a lot more if Joe's friend tries Pathfinder and tells him, yeah, it was really good, than if you go up to Joe for the 8th time and say, have you tried playing Pathfinder? Reconsider it. Play my game! I'm getting heated, but it's just because this is really important to me. The reputation of a community is so important because a lot of people call these communities home and family, and that might not be for you. That's fine. You don't have to call us family or whatever, you know? But respect those who do, and don't tarnish the entire name of the game just because you want Ginny D to play Pathfinder. She doesn't have to play Pathfinder. She can play it if she wants to. Otherwise, who cares? I was honestly going to add like a comedic bit to the end of this video of like 5 funny ways to get your friends to play Pathfinder, but honestly, I don't even want to mix the message. This is serious, and I think it should be taken seriously. So sorry this video isn't funny, but hopefully it at least opens some of your eyes, because I guarantee there's a lot of you out there who don't realize you're doing it. You're just commenting, hey, you might not have this problem if you play Pathfinder 2e, period, end. That's your inflection. You're not trying to be rude. But if you are the 75th comment in a row that typed something similar, it comes across as, you might not have this problem if you played Pathfinder 2 instead. A lot is lost in translation of text, and when something is said in bulk, it very quickly looks like an angry mob who is making fun of someone for not conforming to their ideals. So take a breath before you comment telling someone to play Pathfinder. 1st edition, 2nd edition, I don't even care what game it is. If you play D&D, take a minute before you say, why don't you just play this game? If you play Call of Cthulhu, don't tell people to play it because it's a better game. There's no such thing as a better game. There's just different games. I've said it before, and I will say it until the day I die. The best system is the one your table enjoys playing. If you're all having fun, that's the best system for you. The end. A quick little addendum here at the end as well. I don't think you mean harm by this, but please stop with the jokes. I use jokes in quotations. Every time I talk about 5e, or every time I post something on Twitter, I always get a comment being like, yeah, they can play what they want, but we still know we're the best system. Stop it. It's not funny. It just makes you look pig-headed, like you're talking about these people like they're less than you for liking a different game. You remind me of the Call of Duty jocks in high school. End of video.